Toot toot.
Toot toot, everybody!
Oh, toot toot.
Big Howell and Possum. We're back. It's Wednesday. I'm getting drunk.
Oh.
Mr. Possum's here with me. I'm in a tremendous amount of pain this week. Psychological and physical pain. I threw my back out, and we've been having some IT issues here at the show, getting tonight's show prepared. So I have both the existing pain of a lower back problem and the existential pain of knowing that we're not going to put on a very good show tonight.
Oh. Hey. Now you kind of talking like you're getting drunk. You had a bad day. This is what usually
Well, you had a bad day.
You're going to
remember that old song? Well, you had a bad day. I've never hit you, Mr. Possum. I've never taken my aggression out on you.
I feel like you're laying the groundwork to make it okay if you do hit me.
Mr. Possum, in the time that we've known each other, have I ever taken how much I hate my life out on you? Has that ever happened?
Well, right now, you're raising your voice to me.
Well, you're raising your voice back.
We're
just a couple of California raising our voices over here.
Toot toot.
Toot toot.
Yeah.
All right, join us in the chat. We got Finn Trillion. Toot toot to you, Finn.
Toot toot.
We got Toot Sweet 14. Now that to me sounds like a fan account.
I like that.
Actually the best feeling I've had in 48 hours. Somebody started their own account, called it Toot Sweet 14.
Oh, so that's better than the crushing back pain that you felt.
It's a little bit better than the back pain.
That's good. We're baby stepping to a good day.
Yep. All right. We got Fuzzball 502. Toot toot. Little local hometown fuzzball.
Oh, yes.
Toot toot to you. Toot toot again to Finn Trillion. All right. Well, so what are we going to do tonight, Mr. Possum? We could talk a little bit more about how much pain I'm in.
I have so many follow-up questions about your back pain.
Yeah. Let's talk about them. What are your questions?
So you're laying around a lot on your back.
Yeah, because when I walk around, I'm just kind of like my whole middle is all scrunched up.
Yeah.
So like walking from one place to the other is very painful and also embarrassing because it looks like I've got some kind of looks like I've got something up my ass.
I bet
what it looks like.
I bet you I know how you threw your back out.
How did I throw my back out?
I've known you for too long. I know what you did. You got that big sack of beans out in the backyard and they got wet. You're trying to bring them inside.
I was trying to bring my wet sack of beans in.
I knew it.
Yep, it's true.
You got to get help.
I was.
It's a team lift.
Look, all right. It was an emergency. The beans were getting wet. I needed to bring them in.
And now you done hurt yourself.
And now I done hurt myself.
What you need to do is resign yourself to a nice outside bean meal.
No.
Pull up a chair and a fork and just eat some.
No.
They're steeping. They're fine.
I'm not sitting out in the rain eating cold beans. That's terrible. I'd rather be in bed with a sore back than out back eating a bag of wet beans.
Oh, there's an American man right there.
Yep.
Shoo-wee.
Just clip that one. Clip that one and put it up on the site.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
You laying around
save
a lot.
the beans.
What you watching on your TV? I know you're watching something.
What have I been watching? Well, it's a good question. I've been watching this movie called Lake Placid. You watch that one?
Is that about the alligators?
It's a big old gator. Man, it's a big gator.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I've been watching that one.
Is it tight?
It's great. It's a great movie.
Is it tight, though?
It's pretty tight.
Okay.
Pretty
I'll
tight.
watch it.
It's not the tightest. It's not the tightest film I've ever seen. It's got some loose floppy bits for sure.
Got some floppies.
Got some loose floppy bits in there.
Thing is, I watch a floppy, but I only watch stuff that's tight. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Now, if something's a little floppy around the edges, but still pretty tight, how do you feel about that? How do you maneuver that? What do you do about it? You just lick your hands, give it a little, tighten that thing up a little bit.
Lick my hands.
Get your hands a little damp.
Oh.
Rub down those floppy edges. Get that thing nice and tight.
Now what I'm picturing
together.
is kind of a poorly cooked pancake.
Yeah.
As I grab that pancake and give it a little shake, smack it on the table, get them floppies out the way, eat that firm.
And what's left is tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you live your life.
Pretty much.
All right, Casual Johnable's in here. 9 people die every year due to bean-related injuries.
See? See, but you don't want to eat a soggy bean meal.
You know what? People die of a lot worse things than that, than taking care of their backyard beans.
I guess it would be an honorable death because you were just a man out there carrying stuff.
Just joining the proud tradition of American men who have died trying to not have a soggy bag of beans in their backyard.
Speaking of which...
Other cultures, they got baggy beans out there just hanging out, just willy-nilly, and that's fine to them. That's fine in their culture. This is getting kind of xenophobic now that I'm starting to talk about it.
Well...
Getting kind of jingoistic to complain about the way other cultures treat their beans. But I gotta say, as a strong, American, powerful man with a back that barely works, I gotta get those beans and bring them inside before they get too damp.
Yeah, you better get on it. Let me ask you, speaking of your backyard.
Yeah.
Speaking of your backyard, how's that nest going?
How's my nest back there?
Yeah.
Going? Pretty good. Had a little falling out with the wife, so that gave me some time to go out back and arrange some of my man nest. Figure some of those sticks about and create a nice proper nest back there for me to eventually lay an egg. It's eventually the goal.
If you're lucky.
If I'm lucky. Now, only so many men get lucky enough to lay an egg back in their man nest out in the backyard.
Let me tell you something. I've known Big Howell for some time now. Mm-hmm. And I've never seen him more happy and more proud that when I walked up on him sitting atop his nest, sitting there with his head held high, like, look at what I made, sitting right on top of that pile of stuff, and he looked like he was in hog heaven.
Hog heaven. Just a boy in his nest.
So I hope you update me on how your nest is going.
Oh, I'll let you know. I'll invite you over sometime to chill in my nest.
I would be honored.
Yeah. Maybe we'll lay an egg together someday.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
That would be so sweet.
Just you and me.
Father and egg together.
Just that, just us and the sounds of Fogarty. Just plopping a couple of eggs on the ground.
Toot, toot, toot.
Toot, toot, toot. Dropping eggs out my back door. Does Big Hal roll around in his beans like Ann Margaret and Tommy? Of course I do. Part of why I like to keep them crisp and fresh.
Yes.
Rolling around in soggy beans ain't nothing worse than that.
I disagree. I've got a beanbag chair. I've talked
it's
about
full of
this
snakes.
Occasionally. Yes, it's full of snakes.
It's filled with snakes.
Unfortunately full of snakes, but I tell you, I'd kill to have beans in there instead of snakes, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's what happens, folks. You let one snake in there, it eats all the beans, and it lays a bunch of snake eggs, and before you know it, you got yourself a snake bag chair.
It's how I bought it.
Yeah. Well, that's probably how they made it in the first place.
Well, I got it from some kind of magician.
Bean appetit, says Toot Sweet. Thank you, thank you, Toot Sweet. Let's see. Does Possum roll around in his snakes like Ann Margaret and Tommy? I've seen him do it. Yes, he does. He hates it.
I ain't seen Tommy.
Yeah. You haven't seen Tommy?
No.
You know who Ann Margaret is?
No.
Really?
No.
You don't know who Ann Margaret is?
No.
Oh, she's a gem. She's the queen of the silver screen.
Is she?
Yeah. Just I don't know what else to say besides she's the queen of the silver screen, my friend.
Well, I guess that's a lazy way of putting it.
She's an institution of her own.
She's like a library.
She's a bit like a library. She's like a library of delights for the eyes.
Oh.
Is what she is.
Is she organized?
Ann Margaret, she's very organized.
Okay.
She's put together very well. She's got her own decimal system.
Is she?
If you're looking for any part of Ann Margaret, you can just look it up right up in those what do they call them? The card bin. What's the card bin called?
Card catalog.
Card catalog. Thank you.
Does she?
It's been a while since I've rooted around in Ann Margaret.
Does she shush you when you're loud?
Yes, she will shush you because she has something to say.
Okay.
That's why she'll shush you.
Getting to like this strong female character you're calling Ann Margaret.
She's wonderful. Let's see. Oh, tonight we're going to be discussing. We got a big topic tonight.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be. We have posed to go over to Hal Dottie on Twitter or Hal Dottie on Facebook. Look up these polls that I've posted for. Do you like my waterbed? That's the question tonight.
Now is this
Do you like my waterbed?
Is this your waterbed you're asking about? Is this just like somebody posing a question, just some kind of ethereal person?
This is an ethereal. This is a situation we've all been in, where we've all been in a room with somebody, and they've patted on their little bed, and you hear that little blup 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 because it's a waterbed. And that moment you realize, oh, that's a waterbed.
Yes.
And they go, and we've all been in this situation, and they tell you to sit down, and you sit down next to them on that waterbed, and they go, so do you like it? And we're all left at that point with a question in our minds: do we like this waterbed? And tonight we're going to answer that question. We're going to figure that out.
So we're giving people a chance to be honest about what they really think about that waterbed.
Yeah, this is your chance. This is your chance to let them know what I did. Did you see that? I did a little Obama gesture there. This is your chance to let them know. Like that.
You look very presidential right
This
now.
is your chance, ladies and gentlemen, to let them know that you do or do not like that waterbed.
Wow. You're a real Daryl Hammond.
Yeah. Yep.
A man
In
of
many ways.
faces.
In many ways. We both have enormous heads.
Is that true?
Yeah. Me and Daryl Hammond, we belong to the Big Head Club.
If there was a cowboy hat on top of a jack-o'-lantern and you stole it, would it fit your head?
No.
Would it be too big or too small?
Be too small.
Oh, my God.
100% of the time, it's been too small.
Damn.
Every time I've stolen a cowboy hat off a jack-o'-lantern, it's been too small.
What a shame.
Yeah. I'm gonna order I'm thinking about getting a new cowboy hat.
Ew.
I want to get a new hat.
Yeah?
I'm pretty excited about it.
What's it gonna be like?
I got a paycheck coming, and I want to spend it on a new cowboy hat.
Oh, my
I
God.
want to get a cattleman. I want to get one of them cattleman hats.
Is that good?
No. Yes. They're good. It's a good hat. Pretty good.
Well, you toot.
Toot toot. And then you can have this one. You can have my old hat.
I like this hat.
You do, it does suit you.
I
That
know
hat
it suits
you.
me.
Yeah.
I know what suits me and what doesn't.
It looks pretty good.
Shit.
Please don't yell at me. My back is, I got a real sharp pain in my back right now. Oh.
I thought maybe the screams would soothe your spine.
Ooh, no, they sure did not. They do not, and they do.
I'm sorry.
Do we have enough light on us? I feel a little dark.
It's a little dim. I was
feel
going to
it's a
turn it
little-
up after the break.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little dim here tonight. So we're talking about that. We've got some. What else do we have? Oh, we got some scenarios we're gonna spin at each other.
We're going to play a game.
We're gonna play a game.
Can I live with that?
This is a fun game that you guys can play at home on your own, or you can play along with us as we call them out. But we're gonna offer up scenarios to each other. And it's a game called I Can Live With That. It's a little bit like that game Would You Rather, except you don't get a choice. You're just dealt a hand, and you have to live with it or not.
Yeah.
So it's a great fun game about how to live with in some troubling scenarios, and also in some absurdly ridiculous scenarios.
It's like you're being served a real turd sandwich, and it's like, do you have the mental garnishes to make this tasty?
Exactly. Do you have the right blend of Mrs. Dash in your pouch to make this turd sandwich palatable?
That's right.
So, let's see.
Ooh, also, we're going to be opening up some unopened Fortune Bugles.
We did a live show Saturday night at Copper and King's Brandy Distillery. You should have seen this guy walking into a brandy distillery. You'd never seen anything like it.
Oh, my God.
And,
I thought I was going to meet Moesha.
Yeah. And so he... So we did a live show, and we set out a bunch of... we let people make their own traditional Fortune Bugles, which is like, the old candy, the bugle.
Candy.
The old candy, the bugle. Yeah, it's a savory candy. I don't know if you're aware of it.
It's a candy.
It's a savory candy.
It's a salty, crunchy candy.
Yes, that's what it is. And that's exactly what it is. That's not a chip. That ain't no chip.
It ain't shaped like a chip.
It ain't no chip. It's a savory candy. And we let people write. What you do is you write, roll, and shove. You write yourself one of us a fortune. You roll it up and you shove it up that bugle. And a bunch of people did it. We were only able to read a few at the live event, but we're going to read a few more here on the air.
and we're going to ask you to message us your own Fortune Bugles, and we can just keep this up as a forever segment.
Or another thing you can do, and this is the sort of the modern variant of a traditional Fortune Bugle, is you can just write us a comment here in the chat. We read those anyway, right?
Yeah.
So get it going in the chat.
Just call it hashtag Fortune Bugle.
Yeah, hashtag Fortune Bugle, and say what you want that Fortune Bugle to be, and that'll work just as fine. That'll do it. That dog will do.
That dog will do stuff.
Yeah. All right. So we got a comment from Toot Sweet 14. Which one of you would win on Double Dare? There would be snake and bean related challenges if we were on Double Dare. Which one of us would win? I have a feeling I would win bean related challenges on Double Dare. I'm just very come from a long line of bean handlers.
Oh my God. Really?
Snake.
Snake. You think you would win?
Snake challenges
injured right now of a bean-related game.
That's true. That's true.
You're like, oh, I can do that. I'm sitting here suffering with a broken back.
Yeah, Double Dare. You know what? I'll be honest. At my age, my advanced age, Double Dare would honestly kill me. Like for real, I would die if I went on Double Dare at this point. So I'm going to give the trophy over here to Mr. Possum, who frankly lives a game of Double Dare every day of his damn life.
Oh, thank you for giving me the I didn't earn it by rooting through the giant nose that is the world, finding a flag, which is a banana peel or something.
Right.
I live super sloppy.
You do.
When I dare,
you live sloppy.
Only Double Dare. I don't even bother with.
Was there just a single dare? Was there a single dare show before?
If there was, I ignored it.
Because they had Double Dare, and then they had super sloppy Double Dare. There was like Team Double Dare or something?
Yes.
Double Dare?
And then there was Geriatric Double Dare.
Quadruple Dare?
Yes.
Triple Dog Dare?
Triple Dog Dare was banned after one episode.
Yeah, because it was just dog fights, right?
Yeah, it was dog fights.
It's a shame.
Yeah, just a ring.
It's a shame they did that. It's not a shame that they canceled the dog fights.
No, just vicious.
Not a fan of dog fights.
You know, it's funny when a bleeding dog is on TV, it's bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's bad to see a dog bleed on TV.
Yeah. Whereas a preteen on Double Dare bleeding, woo! It's like you won the dang derby over there.
Yeah.
All right, so Big Howell and Possum 2020. You'll probably be running against Big Junkus, if I had to guess. All right, Junkus. Do we need to talk about Junkus? I don't even want to say his name. I don't want to get any more Junkus stuff going in the chat.
Don't underestimate Big Junkus. You get in trouble when you discredit him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a pile of trash.
I tried for years. I'm sorry to shout at you, Big Howell.
Please do. But it actually is making my back feel better.
Good, because I'm doing it. For years, I told you, look, there's a pile of garbage that comes to life in a Frosty the Snowman fashion on certain occasions, and you said that I was a fool.
Yeah.
And look at him, alive and well. And now you refuse to think he can compete in politics?
No. I was about to say, I think he would actually do really well in politics, and I'll tell you why. Junkus is a big pile of garbage, and he has no shame, and his life can't really get any worse in any measurable way. And if he has a family, they obviously don't push back on anything that he does. So my feeling is, if he were to run in politics, it'd be similar to, say, if some shameless billionaire were to run in politics and like just didn't care about anything and lied all the time and like nobody ever pushed back on him. Because then at that point, if you ever try to fight him in any way, all he does is drag you down into his mud pit, and you never come out looking clean. You never come out looking good when you engage with a Junkus. So I think Junkus would actually do really well. I think if Junkus runs in 2020, he will be president of the United States. You just staring at me?
I'm going to bite you.
You're going to bite me?
Yes.
Why? Why are you going to bite me?
You'll never know. I'm just going to bleed you out.
Okay. You have that big, terrifying mouth.
And you'll never know.
Yeah.
You'll be like, why'd you do it? And that'll be your last words. How sad.
Mail all Fortune Bugles to BH&P P.O. Box.
I wish.
We need a P.O. box.
Expensive.
Are they?
Shit, yes.
Yeah.
Break the bank to get a little mailbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
It will break the bank.
Well, how about this? Whereabouts you live? You live on like the corner of you live on the corner of
Good Times and Great Oldies?
Good Times and Great Oldies.
Yes.
You just drive over to the corner of Good Times and Great Oldies, throw that Fortune Bugle right out the window.
I'll get it.
And we'll get it. Because Possum's not letting any food hit the ground at that particular corner.
No, especially if it's got secret messages in it.
Yeah.
I'm for sure gonna gobble it. But here's my warning.
Toot Sweet 14 says mail all Fortune Bugles to me. Go ahead and drop your address there in the chat, and people will send you some Fortune Bugles for sure. All right, Poochie D pops in with some kind of emote I've yet to see.
Poochie D.
Who is that in the emote? Do we have emotes? I'm gonna confess. Look, I don't know how this site works. I don't know how we get the. Okay, I know that emote. That's my pal JF right there. That's old Jesse Farrar there. In one emote, I've seen my pal DB in another emote, but I do not know how. I don't know how this site works. Let me confess. I don't know what the bits are, where you get bits and you do stuff. If somebody would like to dash a bunch of bits on us, if that's how that works, I don't know, and frankly, I don't care to know. But I appreciate all these colorful little emotes popping up.
Little baubles.
Yeah. Thank you, Poochie D. Thank you, Rhino. They appear to all be. I think these are all Go Off Kings related emotes right here. So thank you. Maybe we're getting raided by Go Off Kings.
What's that?
Go Off Kings is another Twitch stream.
Oh.
It's a different Twitch stream.
We're being raided?
It looks like we're being raided.
Shred my stuff.
Yeah.
Shred my stuff, flush my drugs.
Okay.
I think we should tell our viewers some pretty sad news.
Oh, what's the sad news tonight?
Tiny Pawpaw's dead.
Oh, shit! Tiny Pawpaw died? What?
Tiny Pawpaw was a little tiny pocket-sized pawpaw.
Yeah.
Who Big Howell and I cared for and fathered. He was a little pawpaw that we loved. And
man, that's a shame.
we gave him one raisin a day.
Yeah.
One of us.
Kept him smelling nice with the little Brute cologne.
Yeah.
Kept his shirt tucked in.
His shirt was tucked in, that hair was combed, and he was loved. He got into the raisins and he died.
Oh, he ate too many raisins.
He ate so many raisins that he died. Died with a smile on his face. It might have been a rictus. I'm not sure.
Did he just blow up, or did he kind of shrivel into a raisin of his own? Did he kind of raisin himself?
He just kind of rolled over and groaned.
Oh, he rolled over. His stomach turned.
Yeah.
Like that old lady from The Sound of Music.
What?
Stomach turned.
You mean Marley and Me?
No, the actual Maria Von Trapp from Sound of Music. She ate too much cheese and her stomach turned.
No shit.
Yep.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. It's a true story.
That was not part of it. Ate cheese.
Well, it's after the credits. After the credits, Maria Von Trapp eats too much cheese and her stomach turns over.
Are you trying to make me
she
the
falls
fool?
falls on the ground and she dies.
Wow. Well, if that's cool, if that's real, that's tight. But I feel like you're trying to make me the fool.
I'm not trying to make you the fool. This is what I went on a Sound of Music tour in Austria one time. We got on a little bus. We went to the gazebo. We went everywhere. We went all the little places from Sound of Music. And the lady on the bus pulls out that little thing, and she's going, she's telling you, okay, this is where this happened. This is where do, re, mi. This is where all this crap happened. And then she goes, at one point she was like, now one thing they will not tell you is that Maria Von Trapp was very fond of cheese, so much so that she ate so much that her stomach turned over and she died.
Good God.
That was a fun little treat that I got on that tour. Thank you for all these people joining us over here in the chat. It's nice to hear from you. Let's see. Fuzzball 502 says that's true. I've seen it on the Today Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So sounds like you're wrong and I'm right for the first time in our show's history.
Oh, it feels so good to be humble.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you all joined us. I hate to be alone, and I do despise it the most. And sometimes Big Howell don't talk to me.
Yeah. Sometimes I talk this way, don't talk this way.
Right.
Does that make you feel alone?
Very much.
Really?
I have a very low tolerance for lonesomeness.
Well, now see, that's weird because I think of possums as being very solitary animals. They're not so communal.
That's a lie. You don't think of possums at all. Toot toot.
Toot toot. That is true. I rarely think of possums. I rarely think of them. Well, let's see here. So what? Okay, so I'm just going to look at some of the things we're doing tonight. So we have a special little thing for Fortune Bugles. We have an I Can Live With That little special thing. So we're gonna be discussing whether you like my waterbed.
Yeah.
We're gonna be discussing that tonight. We're gonna be reading some Fortune Bugles. We're gonna be definitely turning the light up a little bit because my face is just cast in shadow whenever I lift my hands. We are going to be we're going to have a special guest. We haven't quite worked out who it is yet. We haven't figured it out. Probably be a last minute entry. We're going to have a special guest here in a minute. And then what else are we doing? What else are we doing tonight? Oh, we're going to be taking your calls. We're going to be taking your actual physical analog calls on the telephone.
Yes.
And as always, join us in the chat. Give us a toot toot. Let us know where you're tooting from. Bunch of cats, where are you tooting from? Toot toot to you. All right, Maynard B2, toot toot as well.
Toot toot.
Thanks for joining us. We got all kinds of fun stuff planned. And it's about time for our first break, I think.
Yeah, let's do
Do you want to go to? Or should we read one Fortune Bugle apiece before we do that?
Well, do the Fortune Bugle screen.
Okay, let's check this out. This is our special new Fortune Bugle screen.
Oh, yes.
Wow, impressive.
Sounds of Fortune Bugle.
Very impressive. That's like, that's some production value there. We've really added some production value to the thing. All right, so that there is empty. Oh, I got one here. I got a Fortune Bugle. Dang, it's dark down here next to the void. That void just sucks up all the light.
Yeah.
Mr. Possum, would you like to know what it says on my Fortune Bugle?
Yes.
You are lovable. You are not junk. Now, it's funny that I got that and you didn't, because I knew that already. Mr. Possum might have some questions in that regard. But I am lovable. I am not junk, Mr. Possum. You want to eat this here bugle? I think you know what, maybe if you eat it, it'll come true for you.
I've told you the rules.
What's that? What are the rules?
Because if you eat the bugle boy's gonna come kill you in your sleep. I told you, and yet you're trying to feed me one.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good way to go. The bugle boy, oh God, they smell, wow. As savory candies go, bugles have a very distinct hand smell.
Ham?
Hand smell.
Oh.
Clean your ears out.
Never.
All right. Rhino says, great screen. Thank you. You're talking about the Fortune Bugle screen. Thank you so much, Rhino.
My Fortune Bugle says to eat, sleep, and rest.
To eat, sleep, and rest. I think it's a toast, my friend. To eat, sleep, and rest.
In bed.
Oh.
I bet you wouldn't have thought I could eat, sleep, and rest in bed.
In waterbed.
Shit, can't sleep in a waterbed.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless you're like the high seas.
It's tricky. It's tricky getting sleep out there. All right, man. I think it's break time. So stick with us. This is just going to be a short break. When we come back, we're going to have a guest. But please enjoy what the dogs are up to. It's Big Al and Possum. Okay, we're back. We're back, Big Howell and Possum, and we've got a guest who has kind of been dropped in my lap here. I was hoping we'd have somebody,
Hi guys.
like an adult or something, but this is actually my niece Lucy. I got a babysitter tonight. I was supposed to be going to the Jack Johnson concert as well, but I threw my back out, so I'm staying in. And so Lucy is hanging out with me, and she's going to be our guest here tonight on the show. So hello, Lucy.
Hi everybody. Hey Mom and Dad. Hey Stephanie.
Your mom and dad are not watching this. They are getting drunk at the Jack Johnson show right now.
Hi Jack.
Yeah.
Does that mean I have to
He's
babysit
definitely
too?
not. We're both babysitting my niece.
Nobody's babysitting. We're just hanging out.
We are not hanging out.
I don't need a
We are not-
babysitter.
Yes, you do.
I don't
Yes,
got
you
any-
do.
I don't
We're
got any
just gonna
coloring
sit and
books.
talk about candy and board games.
We got some savory candy here, some Bugles.
Oh, thank you.
You can't. I wouldn't eat those though.
The Bugle Boy will kill you. You can't
Yeah.
have them. If
Yeah.
you eat them, the Bugle Boy's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I keep telling your uncle
So
this.
sorry, I said we have some candy, but you cannot eat it.
Also, that's not candy.
Bugles?
Bugles aren't candy.
They are candy.
Uncle Howell.
They are savory candy.
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the candies.
Okay.
Skittles, Snickers, Reese's.
All right. Those are. There you go.
And
What else?
there's M&Ms and then sometimes candy corn, but not
Sometimes
the Bugles.
candy corn or candy.
Sometimes candy corn's there.
I'm gonna turn up the light.
Oh, that's right. We were supposed to get a little more light in here.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Go on and bring it, Mr. Possum. Go on and bring it up one. Bring it up one pinky. Let me get my little light. Let me get my light checker out. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Okay. Perfect.
Go on, Lucy.
All right, so Lucy, you were listing the candies for the folks in the chat. If you got any other, if you think of any other candies besides the one that Lucy has mentioned, go on and list that for us in the chat.
Now your dumbass uncle is telling me that this is not a chip because it's not shaped like a chip.
Well, there's a lot of there's other reasons why it's not a chip though.
Why?
It's manufactured in a candy factory.
You're
Bugles.
manufactured in a candy factory.
Oh shit! God damn, roasted.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. No, they use a candy machine to make Bugles. They just stick like salty corn in there instead of candy. Did you know that? Did you know that about Bugles? It's made with a candy machine.
Now look, I ain't got no coloring books no more. I used them.
Okay. So we're gonna have to entertain Lucy some other way.
Don't worry
guess.
about me.
Yeah.
You guys do your show.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Nobody's got to worry about me, okay?
I do have to worry about you because
I'm
if
not-
anything goes wrong,
I haven't touched
If anything
fire.
goes wrong,
I haven't touched fire
my
in 5
sister and my
weeks.
brother-in-law are gonna be real pissed.
I haven't picked up a knife in 3 days.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody's got to worry about me.
Jesus Christ, Big
Yeah,
Al,
but-
she's a stabbing ass firebug.
She's a firebug. She is a firebug.
She's a
That's
stabbing
true.
old firebug.
Lucy is a firebug, and that's actually, you know what? I find that to be one of her more charming traits.
Is it?
Yeah, she likes to start fires.
You light one fire, okay? You light one fire and everybody talks about it. And then you light another fire and then everyone talks about that one.
Yeah. People generally talk about your most recent fire more than they talk about the ones before that.
And that's all I'm saying is
Yeah.
I haven't done one since then. And then when I do my next one, then people are going to talk about that one.
They are. They're going to talk about it on Wave 3 News.
And I really don't see the problem with that.
I like
haven't
your
started a fire.
I like your unicorn PJs. Those are fun.
Thank you. They're not pajamas. This is my outfit.
Oh, that's what you wear.
This is what I wore today.
This is what you wear all the time.
Slept in it last night and I wore it today and I'll sleep in it tonight.
And you wear it again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll wear it tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm
Now
not
is that
gonna put on
because you are a unicorn in your do you identify as a unicorn? Are you
Uncle Hal.
are you an other sort of folk? Are you one of them other folk?
Here's the thing. Unicorns aren't real,
Yeah.
but I also thought possums couldn't talk. So I don't know right now.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
they are and maybe they're the best.
Yeah.
I hope they are real.
Maybe it's a weird dream you're having right now.
Maybe you're just in the middle of a dream. Possum raises a good point. This could be a dream. You are sitting in front of a mantelpiece against a giant gaping void.
With my Uncle Howell and a big possum.
Yeah. I've had dreams that were less weird than this, for sure.
I think the only way to test it is to pinch him real hard and see if he feels it.
Gotta say, with my back the way it is, I haven't really felt anything below my neck except for the pain in my back.
She's dreaming.
So.
Can't feel it.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm dreaming, then I'm just gonna set one thing on fire.
Please do not set anything on fire. We already have a roaring, crackling fire here behind you, right there in the old fireplace. So why don't you just stare at that for a minute, and Possum and I'll go about our business like adults.
Can you set something on fire that I can
No,
have
please
a bite
do
of?
not.
I like the smell of cooked food.
No, she doesn't cook food. She doesn't make food.
Fires cook food.
She sets your personal items on fire. You do not want, Lucy, please do not walk around.
I've got a personal item that's a turkey.
And Lucy, also, please do not step too close to that void. You might fall into the void. That would be a problem.
Hey, Lucy.
That would be a problem for my sister and my brother-in-law.
Can you tell me an embarrassing story about your Uncle Howell?
Oh boy.
Yeah, one time, Uncle Hal brought a girl to my Uncle Vic's wedding, and she left because...
She left the wedding, yeah.
She left the wedding, and she said, I didn't know we were going to a wedding, and also, who are you? I thought you were my Uber driver.
Oh, dang.
And everybody laughed, and then... he started crying, and I came up and I said...
I did not start crying.
But do you remember
That's
this part?
True. That's not true. I didn't start crying.
It's okay, because, I love you. Even though everybody's calling you names, and they're saying he hasn't had a job, and nobody likes him. And then I still came up to you, and I said, you know what? From the bottom of my heart, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did appreciate that moment, but I want to make it clear I was not crying.
And even though you never... Everyone says you never got married, and that,
Wait a minute.
People don't...
I am married, folks.
Oh, you did get married.
Yeah, yeah.
You did a good job. Nobody ever thought that was going to happen.
You couldn't come to the wedding because you were in, what were you? You were in one of those little places they lock up little girls who set fire to everything.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Was that a little embarrassing for you?
You was in Stephen King jail.
Yep. She's in a little juvie hall.
Oh, that was fun. That was more fun than regular class.
Yeah, I'm sure it was fun.
They showed us pictures and asked us questions about it, and then we played it in a ball pit.
Sounds cool. Sounds really cool. No, there was more to that story about that wedding. I did not cry. I did not tell a woman that I was her Uber driver and then drive her to my cousin's wedding and then show up and try to drag a woman out of what she thought was an Uber into the wedding. There was a small mix-up where she had ordered an Uber. Yes, that is true. But I had ordered a wedding date on weddingdate.com, and we simply happened to be on the same corner where she was getting picked up by that Uber and where I was picking up my wedding date. Same spot. So it's an honest mistake.
That's what my mom
Certainly
always
nothing.
says. People make mistakes, and some people make more mistakes than others, and some people make mistakes people don't forget about. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, you have this possum and you have me. Okay? And maybe you have a wife, but we never seen her.
You ain't never seen his wife?
I've never seen his wife. I've never even seen his friends. But he told us about a possum, and we all laughed. But now I see you, so maybe, I don't know.
He could be telling the truth about stuff. Because the story that he told that corrected the so-called embarrassing story is more embarrassing.
Why do you say that?
Which I like.
Why do you say that?
Weddingdate.com, what a nerd.
Weddingdate.com?
Oh, my God.
Where'd you meet your wife?
In a trash can.
Okay, all right.
I'm tough.
I don't feel too bad. I don't feel too bad.
I live my life.
Yeah. So a garbage can better than a website.
It's less nerdy, yes.
That is true. It's less nerdy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go on the internet and do this correctly.
Lucy, who do you think's a bigger nerd, me or Mr. Possum?
I don't know, maybe you, because Mr. Possum.
Come on!
Mr. Possum!
Come on!
He sleeps in a trash can, and nobody ever lets me sleep in a trash can.
He's a nerd.
You gotta take it.
Listen to his little nasally voice.
And he probably gets to eat stuff from the ground.
He probably does.
Nobody lets me eat stuff from the ground.
Honey, you gotta go out and take that trash. Ain't nobody gonna hand it to you.
Now, Lucy, would you think I was less of a nerd if I let you eat stuff off the ground when I babysit you?
Yes!
Okay.
That's what the cool uncles do.
All I want is I want to do those things that nobody lets me do, okay?
All right, I don't think my sister or my brother-in-law are going to watch this, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, for the rest of this show, you can eat whatever you find on the ground.
Now look, I had a Barbie coloring book. I did.
Yeah.
Big Howell drew beards on all the ladies.
Yeah.
And now he ruined
A lot cooler.
And I don't have one no more. So sorry, I don't got nothing to give you to entertain you.
That's okay. I was already
sounds like
drawing on some of the walls.
Sounds like a real nerd complaining about what I did to your coloring book.
You ruined them.
Yeah. I ruined them in a cool way.
All the Barbie.
And you're being a nerd about your coloring book.
I'm not.
Hey guys,
I win.
remember, we're all friends.
Win. All right.
You remember how the song goes?
So let's get anybody got any questions for my niece over here in the chat? Has anybody got any questions for Lucy? She's
I'm
apparently
6. My favorite color's blue.
Okay.
I
She's
like
6.
Pop-Tarts, but not the chocolate kind.
Okay.
You like chocolate Pop-Tarts?
I don't like chocolate Pop-Tarts. I like chocolate ice cream.
Those are just good opinions so far, I gotta say. Those are
Your
just
whole
right.
family's stupid. I'm sorry. Chocolate Pop-Tarts gotta be the king of all breakfasts.
Chocolate Pop-Tarts?
Yeah!
No way. No way. No.
Shit, yes.
Those are gross.
Like a little
Chocolate
cookie.
Pop-Tarts are gross. Let's get a toot chocolate Pop-Tarts are gross going in the chat.
What? It tastes like a little cookie.
Well, then get a cookie. Eat a cookie for breakfast.
I can't afford
You
a
weirdo.
cookie. I can only get that Pop-Tart. People throw away chocolate Pop-Tarts. I don't know why.
See, you've been conned by the Pop-Tart industry into believing that it's an appropriate breakfast food and that it's cheaper somehow than a cookie, which it is not.
What?
It's more expensive than a cookie. It's like it comes pre-wrapped, pre-packaged inside the box. And it's just a big old hassle when you could just get yourself a box of cookies and eat a couple of those for breakfast if you love chocolate so much.
Oh, is that how you think I do it? Just get myself a box of cookies.
Yeah, that is what I think you should do.
Get the money that I have.
Oh, Jay Chiz says toot chocolate Pop-Tarts are great. All right, so you got a little partner in chocolate Pop-Tarts here in the chat.
Choco partner. I like
Yeah,
that.
you guys are Choco buddies.
You ever had
You guys
Choco
are
buddies?
Choc brothers. Trying to think of an even better thing.
Choco buddies. If you listen to me, I'm giving you good stuff.
I didn't think Choco Buddies was that good.
Why not?
I don't know.
Toot toot.
Toot toot, everybody! All right, Lucy, just try to stay away from that void there. It'll suck you right in. But if you need to play with a little fire, just go over to that fireplace. There's a lot of hot logs and embers over there for you to entertain yourself with. All right, Choco Bros. Jay Chiz says Choco Bros. I kind of like that. That's good. So if you like chocolate Pop-Tarts instead of the real ones, you are a Choco Bro.
I'm nervous that she's.
You're one of these Choco Bros that has ruined our country so much.
You're a shitty uncle.
Maynard B2 says chocolate Pop-Tarts are more filling, more like a meal, more respectable. I don't understand that bit at all. That doesn't make any sense to me. How are they more filling?
I agree.
How are they more filling? What?
The
They're more
chocolate's
filling because
thick.
the chocolate's thick.
Yes.
So, like, wait. You mean like the chocolate filling inside of them?
Yeah.
It's thick?
Thick and hearty.
All right.
It's like, what kind of Pop-Tart do you like, you old son of a bitch?
I only like the strawberry ones with the frosting.
Oh, my God.
That's the only ones I like. The only ones that I think are any good at all. And I don't even like them that much. I will eat one. I don't think they're that good.
Over here.
I think they're a scam. It's a cookie that they're like, this is breakfast. Here you go, it's breakfast. But I know it's a cookie.
Okay.
And not a very good cookie.
If it comes out of a toaster, it's breakfast. Yeah.
You know what? It occurs to me that I never toast them. I don't think I've ever bothered to toast them.
Are you fucking?
I think I eat them straight out of the box pretty much every time I've had one.
Shit.
I'm not sure I'm qualified to have Pop-Tart opinions because I'm not sure I've ever popped them.
I'm gonna pull your Pop-Tart license. You can't ever speak of them again.
I just, I don't know.
You gotta heat them up, you old dumb son bitch. My God.
All right, we got a bunch of comments here. Jay Chiz says hot logs. Thank you for the hot logs. Let's get a hot logs going in the chat. Casual Johnable says 1774.
Oh.
Does he have a different name every week? I think maybe he does.
Maybe.
He says work. All right. John says I just missed the apple cinnamon Pop-Tarts. Apple cinnamon Pop-Tart sounds pretty good. I've never had one. See, I wasn't. Look, here's the thing. I wasn't in a Pop-Tart family growing up. So, as an older person, like I've had roommates and stuff that keep Pop-Tarts. If I'm real hungry and they kind of look good, I'll just grab one and sneak it as a snack. But like making a meal out of it and toasting it up, that's never occurred to me. That's just never been my routine at all. So, you're right. I don't know enough about them.
You don't.
All right. So, what about s'mores Pop-Tarts? Yes or yay or nay? What do you think of s'mores Pop-Tarts?
I like them well. I like them.
He likes them a lot. Okay.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
I'm with Lucy.
Strawberry in the chat right there.
Strawberry Pop-Tart with frosting plus summer cream. God's meal, says Toot Sweet 14. I agree.
Oh, God's meal sounds
Yeah,
like
too sweet.
That's
There.
God's meal. That's what God eats every day. Every morning he gets up. He has himself a cold Pop-Tart without popping it in the toaster.
I don't know about you, but
And then he has himself a little milkshake.
the thought of God eating is terrifying to me.
Mm.
It's a big creature to me. He probably eats a mountain or your family or something. I don't like to think of him consuming stuff.
Yeah. That does sound scary.
Scary.
Let's see. Blug. We got a comment that says Blug. One of my coworkers takes the strawberry Pop-Tarts and smears butter onto them.
Ew.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to try that. I'd have to try that before I would be critical of that. Because a little bit of butter on just about anything. I get it. I get it.
I don't mean to be crass, but I wouldn't kick a buttered Pop-Tart out of bed.
Yeah, out of the waterbed.
Nope.
You'd kick the bed out because it's getting your Pop-Tart soggy.
I wouldn't be. Yeah, that'd be a real tough pickle.
Yay to s'mores Pop-Tarts. I just eat absolute garbage, I'm realizing, says Maynard B2. Yeah, well, we all eat garbage. Everybody eats garbage. That's one thing I've learned living with this guy who, or not living with, but hanging out with this guy who eats actual literal garbage all the time, is that there's very little difference between a normal person's dietary habits and a person who lives in a garbage can and eats whatever anybody throws in there.
You know, I think it's kind of messed up.
What's that?
You don't tell people that I sleep in your bedroom.
I don't tell people that. I've never mentioned that.
I got a bunk bed situation, and I got the top bunk,
Yeah.
and you got the bottom with your wife,
Yeah.
and we're like a kind of a Bert and Ernie. I'm a third. I'm not even Bert or Ernie. I'm kind of.
You're a Thurney.
I'm a Thurney. I'm kind of like a invited over Kermit.
Yeah.
And God damn it, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's awful.
We don't
It's
live
terrible.
there. We just hang out.
It's really ruined my love life. Because there's always a damp, smelly animal in the room whenever romance time comes about.
Uncle Hal, why did you never invite me to a slumber party? You know I love slumber parties.
Well, you have a warm house.
I pee the bed.
Yes,
be honest.
It is in part because you pee the bed all the time. It's also because you have a warm room of your own somewhere where you're free to go and pee and it's not a big deal.
But my room doesn't have bunk beds or a possum.
Possum also pees the bed. He pees the bed a lot.
I do.
And
right?
But he doesn't have anywhere else to go. I found him in a garbage pan.
I don't know about you.
I said garbage pan.
The reason why I pee the bed is because I'm on the top bunk. I get scared of heights once I'm up there.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I gotta pee.
Right.
You know?
I know. And I'm like, God.
Yeah.
Don't you understand that to get up and go to the bathroom is hard in the middle of the night?
Right.
Yeah.
When I could pee in the bed and then you
See,
can
neither
wash
of you
the sheets.
has had to struggle with taking the sheets off in the middle of the night and then trying to go back to sleep without any sheets on the bed.
No.
Or finding new sheets and putting them down and then trying to go back to sleep after you've had this whole rigmarole and stuff. And you guys are just more used to and more comfortable sleeping in your own gross, soiled sheets, and it's disgusting.
You're peeing the bed wrong, buddy. This is what you do. You get you a big old fluffy teddy bear, all right?
Big old teddy bear.
And then you just saturate that with pee, and then you throw that off the bunk bed, and then you got a clean bed.
That teddy bear's covered in pee?
Yeah.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
I don't
That's
pee
really
the bed,
disgusting.
I pee your teddy bear.
I hate this conversation. I hate it so much. Let's go to, so Jay Chiz says, does God poop? That's a good question.
Yes,
We got a good question here from the chat. Does God poop? Of course he does.
That's what volcanoes are.
That's what volcanoes are?
Yes.
You think lava is God's shit?
Yes. God has a spicy meal,
Huh.
and he shits a volcano.
But only when it's spicy. You don't think God is able to handle something no matter how spicy it is? You think God has a problem with spice?
He doesn't have a problem, he just got hot poops. What do
Yeah.
you think, Lucy? You think God poops?
Remember, there isn't a God.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There's
that's
no
right.
Yeah.
God,
All right.
and there's no
All right.
Santa.
Yeah.
And if you don't clean
Good
your
point.
room every day, you don't get presents anyway, so it
Good
doesn't
point.
matter.
Good point. All right. Getting too fancy with your Pop-Tarts. Possum, aren't you diurnal? Diurnal. No, you guys just sleep opposite schedules. Oh, like nocturnal. Yeah, right.
Well, sometimes I get lonesome, like I said, and I'll just kind of lay there and pretend to be asleep.
When I go to work,
Just so I
he
can talk to
sleeps.
him at
He
night.
sleeps there while I'm at work, and he pees all over the place. It's disgusting. It's like a cat. You know, a cat pee smells real bad, and it never goes away. That's what he's like.
But
That's what he smells like pretty much all the time, though, too.
I like to talk to him before bed. I don't really sleep at night.
Does his pouch slime drip down onto the bottom bunk like a weird Ghostbusters 2 situation? It very much does.
Oh, come on.
It's not like a weird Ghostbusters 2 situation. It's way grosser than that. His pouch slime does not. His pouch slime is not motivated or activated by any kind of positive or negative thoughts. It pretty much just gloms on you, and it's a little bit more like that black goo in the lake in Creepshow 2.
This is hate speech.
I'm just telling you honest. I'm just speaking honest truth about what your pouch slime is like when it drips out of you onto your lower bunkmate.
Well, maybe
All
I
right.
won't sleep over anymore.
Could Possum win a fight against a raccoon? I'd be so glad if you'd stop sleeping over. That would be great.
You don't mean that.
I do. I really do.
He says that, but at nighttime, it'll be all quiet.
That's not-
and he'll be like, hey, Possum, what you thinking about?
Yeah.
He misses talking to me when I'm not there.
Fine. I do sometimes talk to you.
Say you're my buddy.
Because I can't talk to my wife because she doesn't speak to me when you sleep over. Lucy, I want your opinion on this. Lucy, could a possum win a fight against a raccoon?
You don't gotta fight. You just say, I understand you, you're my friend.
Oh, my God.
And then you guys, once you've realized that you're friends, then you can write a song together and you sing it for your class and for your parents.
Even if the other creature doesn't respect me and wears a little tuxedo and gets all the respect and love and cartoons.
Anyone can be your friend. And if
Toot
they
Sweet
don't-
wants a sleepover episode, so that's interesting. Jay Chid says, oh, that's right. Casual John says, I'm sure the void could be a giant blanket fort. Now that could be fun. That could be like our Christmas episode. We could make a big blanket fort out of the void.
Yay, sleepover!
Yeah, I'm going to piss in that fort.
We're gonna pee on the bed.
Pretty much anything that I invite the possum into, I have to be ready for him to piss it all up, piss it up,
Well,
fill it up with piss,
just
make it smell like
my corner.
Yeah. All right. Have you played Higher and Higher to Mr. Possum's pouch slime? Maybe it'll get that bed bumping and rocking. Yes, I tried that. I have tried that. I have tried Higher and Higher, and it doesn't work.
You a lie.
It still just tries to. It still just tries to devour us. It's taken two of my wife's fingers. eating them right off her hand. And I admit I was not there. I was not there for when the slime dripped down and took 2 of my wife's fingers. So I can't say with absolute certainty that my wife didn't finger Mr. Possum's pouch while he was sleeping and lose those fingers that way.
Excuse me.
I can't say for certain that did not happen.
I keep my babies in there. Nobody fingers that pouch.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Shit.
you know, who knows?
Nobody's finger my little baby pockets.
Hey, listen, wives get wayward fingers. It's just a part of life. It's just something that happens. Sometimes all our wives start exploring the world with their fingers. And maybe they finger your friend Possum's pouch. That might happen. I'm not saying it did happen. I'm not accusing my wife of this. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened.
Well, let me tell you, if that did happen,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have asked for it, but I would also not tell her to stop.
Sure.
So I'm
Who would?
sorry.
Who would? So, shall we... Oh, I know what we were going to do. Except we're about to do a break.
You want to do one more Fortune Bugle?
Let's do one more Fortune Bugle before the break. All right, let me pull up the... Oh, y'all ready for this? Fortune Bugles. All right.
First this time, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. This one's be already opened. I want a new one.
I've got a fresh new one.
Okay.
I got a fresh new one for you.
Oh,
Here, you take that one.
okay.
I'll find my own fresh new one.
Here we go. Hope it's good news. You will live till 100. Oh, no! That's terrible.
Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame. 100 years of this. 100 years of this.
No.
What a
If
shame.
you ain't living till 100, I'm going to be lonesome.
Yeah.
You're definitely not living.
We don't
till
even know if you're 100. We don't know how old you are.
100. Don't be foolish. Can't be close to 100.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited about this one. I got myself a little Fortune Bugle here. You know what it says, Mr. Possum?
No.
It says Bolo.
Oh, you know what that means?
B-O-L-O.
You know what that means?
Of course I know what Bolo means.
I bet you don't.
I bet I do.
It says, bitch, you only live once.
Bitch you only live once.
That's what it means.
That's what it means. Bitch you only live once.
That's right.
All right. Well, I like Bolo because it's a fun weapon and a great tie. But I'll take bitch you only live once.
Yeah.
Because I hope that that's true as well. Because who knows what the next one would be like. I've seen a lot of really awful lives, and I'd hate to get a different one. That would suck.
They kind of they go together. You only live once, but you're going to live too long, 100 years.
Yeah, it's true. Ours, there was a thematic relationship between our two Fortune Bugles that time.
Griminy.
Yeah.
Well, let's
So
check
Lucy,
on the dogs.
Lucy, you got anything else to say before we check in on the dogs?
When's my bedtime
I
tonight?
don't know why I asked. All right, dog break.
You don't care when your bedtime.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Big Howell and Possum, it's hour number 2. Thank you for joining us here on Twitch. We are every Wednesday night from 10 to midnight. We do all kinds of fun stuff, and you notice scrolling across the screen right now is our phone number, 413-659-TOOT. That's the Toot line, baby. You give us a call on the Toot line, and we will answer all your cues, talk to you about any question you might have. If you would like to call and talk to us about whether you like my waterbed.
You got waterbed?
Whether you like waterbed or what are those water biscuits? Water crackers?
Water crackers.
Ice crackers?
That's what's in
You like those ice crackers? A little ice on a cracker? Love that.
It's
good stuff.
That's what I call ice chips.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
That is funny. That's great. That's great, Mr. Possum. All right, so we have a phone line here you can call. We got my niece Lucy is here, being a general pest of sorts.
What?
Don't pick at it. She ain't set nothing on fire.
That's true. She's actually being pretty good. So if you have a question for a 6-year-old girl, go ahead and pop that up in the chat.
We have nothing to entertain this person. She's bored as hell.
Maynard B2 says, love the dog music. That's nice to hear. That's an original song by Mr. Possum that he found while waiting online with a health insurance company, right?
Yeah.
That's where you got that song?
I just call them to pretend like I have benefits.
All right, we got Casual Johnable says maybe this entire show is an elaborate setup by the Centerbites to torture Possum. John, life is an elaborate torture set up by the Centerbites for Mr. Possum. Just the whole thing. The whole thing. We are all part of Pinhead's big scheme. That's what I have discovered.
So are you merely a puppet?
I'm merely a puppet. I'm merely a pawn pit.
What's it feel like having Pinhead's hand up your patoot, like a little evil Jim Henson?
It doesn't feel good. It feels pretty bad. Having his hand with his. Do his hands have nails coming out of them? Do we ever see his hands?
No, but his hands are probably dry and unpleasant.
His hands are very dry. Yeah. They're very
He's got the rough hands of a farmer.
Yeah.
Because he's always all the time toiling.
He's always working. Yeah, he gets up super early in the morning to rip your guts out and strip your skin off yourself.
Got rough hands.
And then have yourself talk to yourself.
His hands are like a splintery old Howdy Doody doll.
Let's get a little game going.
We're going to play a game called I Can Live With That.
Yeah.
It's when we paint awful pictures for each other, and then they have to make it okay by the end of it. How's that?
Let's play a game called I Can Live With That.
You ain't got no...
having continual IT issues over here. I don't know what's wrong with that. But let's play a game called I Can Live With That.
How delightful.
All right, so let's see. I want to do a scenario for you, Mr. Possum.
Do you?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, so my first scenario for you, Mr. Possum, is... Well, I guess this will be for both of you. This will be a scenario, and you have to figure out whether or not you can live with it.
Okay, we have to make this good together.
All right, so every step from this point forward, every step you take, you shrink by 1/2. So you get half your size every step you take.
Damn.
What if you backwards?
Backwards, you still shrink. Any step. All steps.
What if I'm being pushed around in a stroller?
That's fine, but from the point where you sit in that stroller, if your foot hits the ground again, that's a step.
So I mean I ain't gotta walk around no more?
Yeah, you don't have to walk around anymore, but you have to remember that if you choose to stop walking around at all, anytime your foot hits the ground, that's a step from that point.
What if I fall asleep? Like I'm sleeping real good in my stroller, right? And my foot kind of falls out and it drags on the ground. Is that a step?
Yes, that's a step.
That's not a step.
Yes, it is. Actually, it is.
Okay, so this is the hand I've been dealt.
This is the hand you've been dealt. A step. And again, the fates, because they don't want you to cheat, have defined that anytime your feet hit the ground, that's a step.
Okay, I have a next question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to keep on shrinking.
Mm-hmm.
Will my clothes shrink too? Am I going to just look like a fool, naked and tiny?
Is it like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Right.
Oh, where your clothes shrink as well?
Yeah.
No. I'll say that.
Damn.
No. Your clothes do not shrink as well.
Because I could be crushed underneath my own clothes.
True. If you try to keep stepping. Oh, we got a phone call. So, then they're gone.
Oh, God.
And they're gone. But call back. Sometimes it's too quick to take it to voicemail. So go on. Yep, see what it did? Took it to voicemail too quick. So whoever that was, go on and call back. We'll get this going. J. Chiz says, how much shrinkage per step? You shrink by half. You are half your size.
All right, this is how I'm going to make it okay for myself, sir.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop walking around. I like to walk. I'm going to get real tiny and explore the universe of small stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to keep walking. Because you do know that cutting by half, that means like by the time you're up those stairs there, away from the void,
Right.
you're going to be microscopic.
Now,
Basically.
eventually I'll be so small I can slip in between the molecules of the wood and have my own life there, and it'll be tight.
Right. But you won't be able to eat anything because actual molecules of food will be too big to put in your mouth. You'll eventually be lost in quantum space. Jay Chiz says after like 30 steps, you're smaller than the nucleus of an atom. Incredible. Now, there's just a fact. And that is pretty fucked up. You're going to be smaller than the nucleus of an atom?
Here's why I'm.
Are you okay with that?
Here's why I'm excited.
You excited about electrons pounding you all the time?
Eventually I'll be smaller than that goddamn electron. Here's what I'm saying. I'm too poor to go to space. This is true. So this is going to be like space travel. If I get
too poor to
small
go to
enough.
space.
And then I'm going to crawl in your body, Big Howell. I'm going to be a germ that lives inside of you, and I will have stuff to eat because I'll eat your nutrients. I'll be your little tapeworm, and I ain't got to walk no more. That's how I can live with that.
Oh,
Well, all right.
Yay.
I think you technically cheated a little bit, but
No,
he
I
can
didn't.
live with that. All right.
It's your turn.
All right.
So, from now on, every Jack-in-the-Box that's manufactured has your head on it,
Okay.
bringing out all unexpected.
Yeah, okay.
And because of this, people grow to hate you.
Sure. Yeah.
And they are startled when they see you because of the Jack-in-the-Box thing.
Right. Okay. Well, I can live with that.
Yeah. You can't do that.
I can live with that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Automatically?
Well, I mean,
People hate you.
people hating me.
he's already used to it.
And also, I've discovered that people hating you is a pretty powerful thing. It gives you power. People hating you. You can like record a rap song where you're just like, everybody hates me, and I'm taking up all this space in your head, and you hate me, and blah
can,
blah blah
like,
blah.
become
And
president?
you can become president. You can become Eminem. You can be whoever you want if everybody hates you, as long as you want to be president or Eminem. So you know what? I can live with that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the quickest round if I can live with that.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Once again, whoever called in, go ahead and try again because, like I said, it takes forever for this little bad boy to even ring before Google Voice decides to send it to voicemail. All right. So I have another. Let's see here. I have another. I don't know why. Okay. All right. Your next scenario, Mr. Possum, is you can only speak in Silence of the Lamb quotes.
Okay.
From here on out. You can only speak in Silence of the Lamb quotes from here on out.
Some of them things ain't too menacing. Like, what was your question, doctor? Or, he's over there.
Quid pro quo.
Yes.
You can say quid pro quo a lot.
I could get by with that quite a bit. That could take me way down the road.
Right. But as I understand it, nobody ever orders a 10-piece chicken McNugget in that movie, so that whole part of your life would be gone.
Yes, I could just point at the menu and say, isn't she a real big fat girl? and they'd know what I mean.
Right.
I could get by with that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I can kind of outmaneuver it.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Lucy, what do you think? Can you live with only speaking, what do you call it? Silence of the Lamb quotes?
I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, probably.
Yeah. Probably?
Yeah, probably I can live with that.
Okay.
She's resilient.
Yeah. Man,
This phone's
somebody tried to call again. I think it's the same person. 558, please try to call one more time. I swear to you, eventually we will get it if you keep calling. And don't listen to the thing that tries to send it to voicemail. It's a real shame the way our phone setup works is a real shame. Sorry about that. Okay, so I got another scenario for you have a scenario for me.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
Your teeth are the consistency of croutons.
Croutons, like a salad croutons.
Yes. And you can maybe get like 10 bites of something before they just crumble.
Sure. Okay. So I'm restricted to like milkshakes and such.
Milkshake's gonna make them croutons soggy.
Yeah, but so what? If they're croutons, am I trying to preserve the croutons as long as possible?
Aren't you gonna chew something sometime?
Well, if they're gonna fall apart, I mean they're gonna just with the very spit in my mouth, they're gonna get soggy within minutes anyway,
No,
right?
The spit in your mouth won't make them soggy.
Oh wow! So there's a little bit of magic here. So these are spit resilient croutons in my mouth.
Yeah, they're like Cronenberg teeth. They're built into your mouth. It's like you went into a fly machine with a crouton.
I went into a fly machine with a crouton, and I became part crouton.
Yeah.
Are all my bones crouton?
Your fingernails are crouton.
My fingernails are crouton.
Your teeth are crouton.
My teeth are crouton. What about my eyelids? Are they crouton?
Nope.
So I don't have like scratchy crouton eyelids dragging across my eyeballs?
That'd be funny, but no. You've kind of got a crouton goatee.
Okay.
That
all right.
doesn't look good.
What? Anything else on my body a crouton? I need to know.
Your back hair is croutony.
I don't have any back hair, obviously. So
You will now.
And it's croutons.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's in the pattern of back hair, but it's croutons.
But it's little croutons sticking out, like the little square croutons, like in a McDonald's salad, just poking out of your back.
Very
What is
scratchy.
it? Very scratchy.
Pointy.
Okay, so if somebody rubs my back, they just feel a bunch of blocks, a bunch of little Tetris blocks,
And they'll be like,
poking out.
Yuck.
Yeah, they'll be, this guy's gross,
Yes.
disgusting.
Yeah.
And then I'll record a rap song and I'll be like, y'all hate me because I got crouton back, and I'll be famous. I'll be a famous guy everybody loves because everybody hates me.
That won't work.
It won't work with these.
Because in this scenario, there's already a guy that's a more popular, likable crouton.
Let me ask you this question: what if I wrap my teeth in a ceramic material? In Saran wrap, so that they don't get soggy from like milkshakes and such, and I preserve them for a while in case I am in a situation where I really need to crunch into something.
Well, if you put this Saran wrap on, yes, it will keep them from getting soggy.
Okay.
But they will not hold up to a big bite of something crunchy. No, sir.
All Big Hal has to do is convince people that his back croutons are a delicacy. Bam. Money problem solved. Now, see, that's true. Do they grow back? Do my back croutons grow back? Can I be harvested?
Yeah.
Can I be routinely harvested for croutons?
I don't think you're going
So I can get a job.
You're not going to like it.
I'm not going to like getting harvested?
No.
Why not?
Who the shit would?
Is it painful?
No, but it's demoralizing.
Oh, it's not painful?
It's embarrassing.
Oh, demoralizing. Come on.
Because the person that
having somebody shave delicious croutons off my back, you think that'd be demoralizing for me? I'm a fairy that delivers croutons to people.
The thing is,
that's not demoralizing at all.
In this universe, the employees who have that kind of job are not happy, and they kind of take it off on you.
Take it out. They take it off on me?
Take it out on you.
They do take the croutons off of me.
They're mean to you, and they're like, God damn it, this disgusting job I have.
Well, and then I'm going to walk out, and I'm going to be like, if this is how your employees are going to treat me, I'm going to go somewhere else that needs my croutons and appreciates them.
So you're just going to scratch your back against a tree and harvest?
I'm going to start my own crouton barn. I'm going to start Big Howell's Crouton Barn, where you can just come by, you bring your salad into the barn, and you just scrape off, you bring your Bowie knife, and you scrape off whatever croutons you want off my back for a flat rate. You walk in, you get as many croutons off of me as you want.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Big Howell's Crouton Barn.
He's got a job.
I can live with that. Okay, now I got one more for wait, oh no, it lost it. Scenario. All right. Got one more for Mr. Possum and Lucy. All right. Here's the last scenario I have for y'all. You're a guard on death row. A large, sweet, magical man is sentenced to die for the murder of a child. But you find it hard to believe that he did it.
Okay.
At some point, he grabs your hand and shows you telepathically that he's been falsely convicted. You end up having to execute him anyway, and he tells you it's for the best because he's tired of living in a world so cruel. You and your pals strap him into an electric chair and kill him in front of some angry shitheads. All right. So that's the story of how you execute a big guy named John, who's been falsely accused of murder. So can you live with that? Can you live with having done that?
Question.
Yes.
Did this guy happen to excrete waste by kind of spitting up cancer flies in the air?
Did he spit flies into the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did spit flies into the air frequently.
That was unseemly.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But he also, sometimes it was him that would spit flies, sometimes it was other people that would spit flies. So, not really it was not like a regular thing. It wasn't like twice a day he just had to burp up some flies.
So it was a surprise when it happened?
It was a surprise when it happened, yeah.
Yuck. I don't miss him.
Okay, you don't miss John.
No.
You sure? He's a real sweet, magical man. He also revealed to you that there is magic in the world, and you killed him. So that's a shame.
Well, I gotta put my faith in the system.
Oh, you have to put your faith in the judicial system?
Yeah, I do.
Right.
Very important.
Yeah. It's important that you trust our judicial system.
Now, by the end of this, is the judicial system okay?
Yeah, the judicial system's fine.
Good.
Because it doesn't know that it figures this guy had a trial with a jury, and he went to death row, and he got killed on death row, and the system is like, oh, that worked perfectly.
Before he
That's
died,
like exactly how it's supposed to go.
Before this big old man died,
Yes.
did he give me any magical powers?
He didn't give you any magical powers.
Wow.
But he did heal the wife of your boss. She was dying of cancer, and he healed her.
I had that bladder infection. Did he fix that?
Probably, yeah. He probably helped. I mean, you took medicine for it, but he helped.
Did he charge me?
He didn't charge you anything.
Oh my God, he was an angel.
Sweet little angel.
And
this guy was a perfect angel.
Listen,
and you strapped him to a chair and electrocuted him to death.
We killed a man.
Yeah, you and your pals, you and your best friends.
We gotta live with this.
Yeah. There's also some racial stuff in there too, but we won't go into that.
Oh, great. Well,
because you and your pals are white.
Here's what I do.
And he wasn't.
I don't know about you, but when I have a bad breakup with someone and I miss them sorely, what I like to do is focus on all the weird stuff that they did and kind of make it better for myself. I think, oh, good, I'm not going to miss having dinner with, her parents or something like that.
Right.
So with John, I'll say I'm not going to miss all the puking up the cancer flies and all the weird looks he gave me. And all his guff about the judicial system.
Yeah. Okay. And you're going to put your faith back in the judicial system.
And that's how I'll sleep at night.
And that's how you'll sleep at night. You'll say, look, system may not be 100% certain, but mostly what I'm doing here at my job where I kill people in a chair is I make the world better.
Well, 1 out of 10 times you kill an angel on accident. Oops.
Oh, he did. Oh, Jay Chiz reminds me actually also this guy, Jay Chiz, he did resurrect a rat. Brought a rat back to life. Oh. So that's cool.
Again, I'm going to miss him.
Yeah.
I think that most people don't care.
But you're not going to beat yourself up too much for that.
No, I guess I won't.
Lucy.
Yes.
What about you? Now, you're a 6-year-old girl. Now, put yourself in the position of an executioner on death row. And imagine that you've been in charge of propping up a racist system by executing an innocent black man.
I'd be okay with it.
Okay. All right. Lucy's okay with it. Mr. Possum is fine with it. They can both live with that. All right.
I guess it's...
Do you have another one for me?
The last one.
It's the last scenario, folks.
And I can't make it anything about something being gross and people hate you, because you tend to lean into that.
Well, I've just noticed in this world that when people are gross and nasty and everyone hates them, all they have to do is make a rap song about it, and then everybody loves them all of a sudden.
Okay, here's the scenario.
Okay.
2 years ago, there's a guy, and his ears grew to be very floppy and adorable, and he had big floppy ears.
You're talking about my dog Danny now.
No, I'm talking about a person.
Oh, this is a person.
Yes, it's a person you knew. He gets very famous off of these ears.
Yeah.
He smells good. He's charming.
Okay.
He's got a nice way about him.
Yeah.
Now we're at the present.
Okay.
Your ears grow out to be floppy and big and adorable.
Uh-huh.
But yours smell sour and gross.
My ears smell sour and gross.
Yes, they smell so bad. They smell so bad. And no one can stand to be around you. And you get a bad way about yourself. You get grumpy.
So I'm depressed. I'm grumpy about it.
You're grumpy and nobody likes you.
I'm grumpy and nobody likes me. So third scenario is also essentially that nobody likes me and I suck.
But it's a little different. It's a little different.
Yeah.
In some important ways.
In some important ways. So I have smelly big ears and nobody likes me and I'm grumpy.
And there's that guy that's already good at it.
And there's a guy who's already got what I've got.
Yes.
But his isn't bad and everybody loves him for it.
Yeah, so they think it's your fault. They're like, how come you can't take care of your ears?
Yeah, exactly. I can't be like, well, look at me. I've got smelly, big, long ears. And people are like, come on.
Yeah.
The most famous...
Jacob smells good.
The most famous rapper in the world has those big, long ears. And everybody loves him. Yeah, okay. All right. Now, that is pretty sad. That's pretty depressing. I think I would probably start a podcast. That would be step one. I would start a podcast about my feelings about that.
Okay.
About the unfairness of that. And I would try to reach out to other miscreants and dopes and weirdos out in the world.
Okay.
And I would try to form some kind of community of people who are oppressed in very obscure and absurd ways. Mm-hmm. And I would try to reach out to those people and give them like a little. I would try to become the center of that little world. Mm-hmm. And I think that would maybe work. And if it didn't, I would just rage about it on my podcast every week.
So you put out an episode on your podcast. Day 2, one of the most respectful people in newscasting history, Dan Rather, comes out and says, I don't like this Lobo. He calls you Lobo because you're big lobes. He says,
am I Lobo Merengue from Don't Tell Her It's Me?
Only a name because you're lobes.
People call me Lobo Merengue.
Dan Rather decides to hate you, and people listen to him. And you're Lobo, and then he says, this guy's a real stinky Dumbo.
Oh.
Now,
podcast didn't work, chump.
So Dan Rather, of all people, Dan Rather, who's not known for coming out and declaring someone a stinky Dumbo.
Right.
He's not known for that.
Not known for it at all.
That's not like his thing. So he comes out and makes an exception to declare me a worthless piece of crap.
What did you say to anger him?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Did you go on and on about people with dry mouths? Is that what you did?
Maybe I did. Oh. Maybe I said, man, I'm tired of hearing all the way back to the back of your mouth when you talk, Dan Rather.
That's the last thing you should have said. He's got the driest mouth in history.
Well, now I've got a feud with Dan Rather going, and I still feel like that's enough to get a spot on, like, Good Morning America. If I have a feud going with Dan Rather, I still feel, I gotta say, and this again, I feel like I'm responding to all your scenarios in the same way. I don't feel like you can be too big of a shithead to be famous in our world right now. So I think I'm just gonna climb that ladder. I think I'm gonna take my Dan Rather feud all the way to the top, as far up as it can go.
Now, believe it or not, I do want to help you make this okay. Are you saying...
I'm already okay with it.
Are you saying that you're going to try to be the bad boy of the floppy ear business?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I'm going to start like a bad boy vocal group.
The floppies.
The floppies, yeah. The other guys are going to have fake ears, and they're going to have to spray bad smell onto them. But they're going to be like me. And we're going to be so cool in our videos and stuff that we're going to make having big, smelly ears cool.
So you're going to be like the Beastie Boys of floppy ears.
Yeah, we're going to be exactly.
The Yeasty Boys.
We're going to be the Yeasty Boys. That's right.
They smell so bad.
The Yeasty Boys. I can live with that. It's just the perfect length. It's exactly how long that screen should be. It's good. It's good. All right, thank you everybody for joining us in the chat. What do we got going on in the chat here? Do we have any questions for my niece here? Let's see. We got Dilius29 says asked and answered, so I assume that's taken care of. We got some questions about my scenario there. Casual John says, I just like that he could use any phrases to insult you, but he chooses stinky Dumbo. He's talking about Dan Rather. He's a stinky Dumbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's the worst kind of Dumbo.
Because I bet Dumbo, like the real elephant, smelled nice.
He sure did.
I bet he looked...
He smelled like a newborn baby.
Yeah, all
You see
the
that
time.
little face on him?
Oh, yeah.
The little pink rosy cheeks? That Dumbo smelled like a newborn baby.
See, that's a face you see and you say, I want to give him little kisses.
I want to give him little kisses on his plump little cheeks. I want him to wrap me up in those ears so I can give him little kisses on his plump little cheeks. Lucy, what do you think about that? What do you think about stinky Dumbo as an insult? You ever called anybody a stinky Dumbo?
Well, yeah. And you can... I mean, it could have been anything. You know, he could have called you fart face. He could have called me that. Ugly nose, or.
Well, I don't know why he would call me ugly nose. I don't know why he would say that.
Yeah, you could say your mother hates you, and I hope you die.
I don't think he would say that. I don't think he would say that my mother hates me. I mean, the evidence points to the contrary of that.
I think she may know a little something about your mother. Maybe
Nope.
Her mom, I think your mom calls her up and gripes about you to a 6-year-old girl.
Now, that's possible. That's probably true. That could certainly happen.
I just overhear it when she calls my mom every morning. And goes on and on. I mean... It's just like, you know, he doesn't have a job, and then he has a possum for a friend, and he's got a wife, and...
So Dilius29 asks, isn't it a school night for the furry? So isn't it a school night for you? But, as I said earlier in the show, her folks are at a Jack Johnson concert, and she's here.
Having a slumber party!
Yeah, we're... Possum and I are babysitting.
We're not sleeping tonight.
Well, we are sleeping. In fact, you should probably go to bed. Now that I think about it, it's probably past your bedtime, right?
We're eating candy the whole night.
Yeah, we're gonna eat some bugle candy.
Oh, let's do a fortune bugle.
Yeah, I got that. That is a great idea. We got one here. Oh, I have one here.
Did you want to do a fortune bugle? Don't eat the bugle. The bugle boy will kill you.
Yeah. Also, don't eat the bugle because it's flu season and strangers stuffed these fortunes into these bugles. Mr. Possum, grab yourself a fortune bugle. I'm going to go first. You will lock eyes with a stranger, tell them your darkest secret, and you will feel lighter. Take that weight off your shoulders. Okay, so that's just... So tell a stranger my darkest secret, and I'll feel lighter. I'll feel the weight taken off my shoulders. I appreciate that.
You can
it's
tell
a good idea.
us.
I'm not going to tell y'all. I got to tell a stranger
Are you
my
gonna tell
darkest
people about
secret.
them bodies?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell the stream that.
Oh, sorry. By bodies, I meant
Nope. Not going to tell him.
the mannequin he sold years ago.
Yeah, a mannequin. Sure.
It's true, and it's creepier than the truth. Mine says, trash is your treasure. Duh. Fortune cookie's supposed to tell you shit you didn't know.
Waste of time.
Waste of
Waste of time. Trash is your treasure.
Make
I'm out
your
of booze.
event accessible. Mine was stupid.
Well, now, hold on a second. That says make your event accessible.
The shit does that mean?
Make your event accessible. Now, that might... what I don't understand about that is that if somebody wrote that out to say, hey, we're at an event and it's on the second floor of a brandy distillery and everybody's having a lot of, anybody with any kind of disabilities or anything is having trouble getting up here, I would understand that if that was the point of it. But let's not forget the stage itself was handicap accessible at our show on Saturday
Indeed,
night.
and
That somebody wrote this slip for.
There was an elevator for wheelchair accessibility.
There was an elevator. There was a ramp up to the stage, to the very stage. So I don't know what make your event accessible.
Maybe then it meant emotionally. Maybe we were guarded.
Maybe we were too guarded at the event. I think that might have been it.
You know what? I did not feel accessible that night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the blame.
I think I felt it. Possum, you were a little too guarded.
I felt
you had your
off.
ears crammed up in your hat so
I
that it
did.
would stay on because you were nervous about your hat falling
That's
off.
right.
And
you
I
said,
felt-
I don't like how your head looks.
I felt a little bit like you were hiding a bit. You were hiding some of your emotions because you put out a lot of your emotions in your ears. You let me know how you're feeling by where your ears are at.
I just kind of bat away fruit flies.
I think you were hiding. I think you were hiding your emotions, and I think the event was less accessible because of that. And it was a real shame, and you should apologize.
Well, shit my pants. I'm real sorry.
Yeah. Okay. And he did shit his pants. I could tell.
No, it's an expression.
No,
Ow.
but you also did. All right.
I was nervous.
Yeah. All right, so that's the end of I Can Live With That. That's the end of Fortune Bugles. So we got another break. Let's do our last break. I need to get a little more of my Wednesday wet poured. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about whether or not you like my waterbed. We're back! Sorry, that took a minute. I had to go put Lucy to bed. Lucy had to go to bed.
Well, I told you that she couldn't be on our show, and you were like, let's just try it.
I didn't know what else to do about it.
And she was all wild. She was too wild.
558, whoever called from that 558 number, if you would like to give us a call back now. Phone lines are still up. 413-659-TOOT. Give us a dingle over there.
Give us a dingle.
And I'm gonna take the phone line thing off, and we're gonna talk about what were we gonna talk about tonight? We were gonna talk about whether or not
your waterbed's cool.
Whether or not people like the waterbed.
I'm having a Fortune Bugle.
All right.
I am.
Who we got in the chat? Give us a toot if you're still here in the chat. If you're still watching.
Somebody wrote 2.
Huh? Somebody wrote 1 on either side of 1.
What would you do with the dildo
Uh-oh.
from the grandma from Kentucky?
What would you do with the dildo from the grandma from Kentucky?
Now let me explain Fortune Bugles.
Okay.
They're weird. You get an oftentimes off-color
Toot Maynard, toot J Chiz, toot John.
Toot
Sorry. You
toot
can
to
continue
all of you. You will often get a strange and off-color fortune from a bugle.
Yeah, like what would you do with the dildo from the grandma from Kentucky?
What would I do with Grandma's dildo? I'd probably clean it and give it back to her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if giving it back to her is not an option, yeah, just clean that thing off. And then it's, free dildo.
No, I'm going to clean it and give it back. Side business.
But it's kind of implied, what would you do? I'm saying, obviously, if Grandma's still around, you give it back to Grandma. Obviously. If Grandma's not around, you clean that thing off and then, hey, free dildo.
And then I've got Billy Club.
Free dildo. You ever
been beat about the head with a dildo?
Yes, I have, Mr. Possum. A few times.
What'd you think?
A few times. It seemed like not a great weapon.
Yeah.
Got a little too much give. It's just not,
Was it floppy?
Yeah, it was pretty floppy.
It wasn't one of them hard ones.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like a mag light or something.
Yeah, it wasn't no Big Dick Johnny.
It was actually a Big Dick Johnny.
It was?
It was called a Big Dick Johnny, but it was floppy. I mean, that's the thing about them. That's the thing about them is they have some give. Well, unless it's like a glass one or something. They got glass ones.
Put it in the freezer or something.
Yeah, you could do that.
I guess, but then you got a cold dildo.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's hot outside. You want a cold dildo.
Refreshing.
Refreshing.
A glass of lemonade and a cold dildo.
And a nice cold dildo.
Oh, yes. A clean one.
Nothing beats it.
Can't beat it.
Nothing beats a flamed cold dildo. You gotta flame clean those things.
See, we wait for Lucy to go to bed, then we talk about fun stuff like cold dildos.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Jay Chiz says, Lamio. Dilius29 says, my peepaw whittled me one out of a stick.
Now that's nice.
Yeah. They got nothing to do out there in Old Peopleville.
Some peepaws care about your pleasure, and they don't want to shame you. And they say, you know what? I see you fucking yourself with things from around the house. I whittled you a little dildo.
I caught you in the bathroom using the plunger handle. I'm gonna whittle you a dildo.
That's I don't like to have shit on the end of the plunger. I like it there's one end that has poop on it, and the part that I touch better not have poop on it.
This is a little too real. This is just too real to life, this whole scenario. Woo! Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just who hasn't had that experience?
Well.
Vol Peepaw walking in on you while you're just using whatever implement you found around the house.
Imagine him with his glasses on the end of his nose saying, ow, big ow.
Oh, boy. And we got another one this age. He's been through it 10 or 12 times.
Well, son, I'll let you finish. And once you do, we'll come outside and we'll whittle one together on the porch.
Man, well, boy, it's time to get you a hickory dildo from my own woods.
A hickory dick.
A hickory dicko.
Hickory dickory cock.
All right, so Toot Sweet says, gotta kill them dildo neurotoxins. Mm-hmm. That's true, you do want to kill those. Jay Chiz says, do vegetables make an acceptable substitute in a pinch? You don't even need to say in a pinch. They do. They make an acceptable substitute. They do.
Well, it depends on the vegetable.
That's true, it does depend on the vegetable.
What's the worst vegetable you've put in your body, Big Al?
What's the worst vegetable to use as a dildo?
Yes.
Let's think. Let me think. The worst vegetable to use as a...
I think broccoli.
Yeah, broccoli's probably pretty bad.
Yeah.
Cauliflower's probably pretty bad.
So
sort of same thing.
You'd think cauliflower would be firm enough to handle the inside of your butt. But it's gonna break off.
That is true. I don't think your bell pepper is particularly suited for that task.
Ooh, spicy.
It's not good for that. Now I'll tell you what, you might consider a yam to be on the positive side, but let me tell you this about a yam. A yam is shaped in such a way that once you get past that thickest part of that yam, that thing's up there forever.
Forever?
That thing's gone. I've lost 2 or 3 yams up this old keister.
You got a few yams in that keister?
Yeah. You just pretty much gotta wait them out after that point.
You know what?
They're just gone. Those yams are gone.
One time, I used a carrot.
Yeah, sure.
And I put it up to a certain degree, and I heard the snap of a pony bite. I swear to God! It was like I was feeding a horse. And lo and behold, I pulled out a carrot, and there were teeth marks.
Yeah.
I should have told that story on Halloween.
You should have. You should have. You do have a little... Have you ever thought about maybe you're just a horse facing the other way? Have you ever thought about that? It sure sounds like it.
Damn.
You tried to plumb your butt with a carrot, and a horse took a bite out of it.
Yeah.
I think you might be just a horse facing the other way.
So this is my butt?
Folks, if you've ever tried to feed a carrot to your butthole and a horse is taking a bite out of it, you might just be a horse facing the other way.
Shit. All this time you've been talking to a butthole.
If there's flies flying around your head and you got a little tail that whips them about, you might just be a horse facing the other way.
If you was horny and put a carrot up your butt and it turns out you were just hungry because that's your mouth, you might be a horse facing the other way.
All right.
Snap.
Prickly pear, Delius29 says, nope, no thanks. Not going to try it with a prickly pear.
Hate the texture.
English cuke. Now that's a good one.
That's a classic.
All right. Romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce works better than you'd expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is a cylinder and it's kind of soft.
Butt hoagie.
It's a little soft. The edges of it are a little soft. All right. So and then. We got somebody in the chat named something915, and Twitch has done something very obnoxious here, where it's made the name of this person like almost as white as the screen. You see that?
It's almost invisible.
That's very stupid. All right, so Maynard B2 says, "Oh my God."
Oh my God, that's what I thought.
Oh my God. I think responding to the fact that you have a horse inside your butt, or that you might just be a horse facing the other way.
Shocking development.
Shocking development.
Show.
Just grab those Thanksgiving leftovers and upcycle them into dildos. Turkey leg bone, already lubricated. Finished corn on the cob, ribbed for her pleasure. Discarded pie edges, the possibilities are endless. I think the possibilities have ended there at discarded pie edges.
I think so. I
think the possibilities ended right there, John. At least it wasn't a peppermint. If your butthole has teeth in it, you might just be a horse facing the other way. That is true. That's just straight up true.
You know what? Our good friend might be a horse facing the other way.
Who?
Remember, she had butthole teeth.
Oh, what was her name? The butthole fairy. What was her name?
You picked her up at the BP.
I remember picking her up at the BP, but I don't remember what her name was.
Well, don't worry about it. She's got butthole teeth.
Yeah, she does. She does. She ate a whole hoagie up her butt one time. Remember that? All right.
Jeannie. Your name's Jeannie.
Jeannie, that's right.
Old buddy.
Jeannie, old pal. Great friend that we've had on the show before, whose name we could not recall for quite a while there.
That's funny.
Dillius29 says, if you're wearing a saddle and getting whipped with a crop and an apple in your butt, wait, where's the apple from?
Well,
apple.
You feed a horse an apple. But it's in my butt because I'm facing the wrong way.
Because your horse facing the wrong way.
That's right.
So you got a saddle. I think it's a little cleaner if you just say, if somebody flips a saddle onto you and starts whipping your face with a crop, you might just be a horse facing the other way.
And there's an apple in your butt.
And also there's an apple in your butt. That's like the little stinger. That's what he does. That's his like finishing joke of the night. He goes, and also there's an apple in your butt. And everybody goes, yeah. I love it. A horse facing the other way. Possibilities are endless with this riff. Don't edit my comedy, you hack. Okay, Dilly is 29.
Guff.
Wow. All right. Well, we haven't had any guff in the chat tonight, so you know what, and that's fine. That's fine. Give me a little guff. That gives me an opportunity to do a quick ad for Guff Alert Hot Soda.
Hot soda.
The only hot soda that heats itself up in the can. So whenever anybody's giving you guff, go on and grab and shake that can of hot Guff Alert Hot Soda. But be sure to drink that thing nice and fast. Otherwise, you will find the can stuck to your hand because it'll melt into your hand.
Oh, it'll try to take you.
It'll try to take you. All right. Rhino says, if your ass has blinders, you might be a horse facing the other way. That's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. J Chiz says, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what for.
Who knows?
Oh, he said, he was agreeing with the edit that I did on Dillius.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah. If your fart sounds like a whinny, you might just be a horse facing the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I like that.
Man, this is great. What a fun way to come to a conclusion on the show. We do need to get to our discussion topic tonight.
Yes.
Which go on and let me read the poll results first, and then we'll get things going in the chat also with what people think in the chat. But the question tonight, of course, was, hang on. What was it? Was it, do you like my waterbed? Is that what it was?
Yep.
Come on now. Do you like my waterbed? Is the poll I posed. And we have a few questions and comments here on Twitter. We have 61% think, yeah, it's cool. 61% on Twitter like my waterbed. And 39% said, no, I do not. So we got 61% says, yeah, it's cool. Waterbed's cool.
I think a lot of these people are lying about their waterbed. Nobody likes that thing.
Well, let's see what Facebook has to say. Facebook says, 69% said they like my waterbed on Facebook.
Oh, my God.
31% said, no, I do not. So, looks like the majority of people polled tonight think my waterbed is cool. So that's cool. It's good to hear.
I wonder if you told them that it's not water in there, if they'd still like it. Go on, tell them what's in there, Big Howell.
What's in my waterbed?
Yeah.
Go on and tell them.
Go on, tell them.
You want me to tell them what's in my waterbed?
Yes, sir. It's milk.
It's a milk bed. It's actually a milk bed.
It's disgusting.
It's a milk bed.
You want to sleep in this disgusting old milk bed?
I find that milk has a better, it supports you a little bit better, and it doesn't ripple quite as fast as waterbeds do. You know, you smack a waterbed, or for some reason you apply any kind of direct pressure to a waterbed for some reason at any point in a romantic encounter, you'll find that waterbeds ripple out. But if it's milk, it's a little bit slower about it. It's a little more sensual. I find a milk bed to be, I don't know, it's just sexier to me too. Sexier to me too to make love upon a milk bed.
Well, I have some some insight into this, because as I said, I sleep in a bunk bed above Howell and his wife.
He sleeps above the milk bed.
And I noticed that you make love slow like a sloth. And it must be because of that waterbed.
Yeah, you can't get going too fast.
No, because...
If you get going too fast, like, you sort of lose it.
You get confused. It's like the bed is making love, and you're trying to make love. And it's just opposing each other.
It's a bit of a tightrope act. It's a bit of a tightrope act, making love on a milk bed. Because if anything happens too fast, you both just sort of drift out to sea.
Right.
On either ends of the bed.
And the sea of milk that you've built.
Yeah, on a milk sea. Drifting off to the end of the milk sea.
Is milk better for your back? Well, you've got a fucked up back, is it?
It's definitely not, because my back is in tremendous pain at this very moment.
Is it filled with hot soda?
Oh, yeah, okay. We're missing some comments here. Possum piss. No. Somebody thought maybe it was filled with possum piss.
No, sir.
I'll say this. There's no synthetic or natural casing that will hold possum piss. Possum piss will burn through, no matter what. It's disgusting stuff. Oh my terrible,
God. Yeah,
terrible,
like I'm
disgusting
some
stuff.
kind of like alien, like
all right,
alien.
Filled with hot soda. That actually, you know what? I would love at some point to just really to just fuck like crazy on top of a bed of hot soda. I would love that.
You think it would feed your desire?
Soda. Oh, it would. It would turn you into a little devil. It would turn you into a little horny devil. All that popping and fizzing and just the heat coming off of that mattress. Woo, boy.
Don't you think it would eat through that?
Yeah, eventually.
Pudding skin.
And then you'd be drowning in some hot soda. And what's more sensual than drowning in hot soda?
Nothing. Nothing
at all. All right. Feel like you'd have to replace the milk very often because of curdling. So far, not a problem.
It turns into cottage cheese, and that's more comfortable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So far, it's actually it's turning out great. Let's see. Milk is better for your back. Nope. When the milk goes bad, your bed becomes a large lasagna slice. I've never thought about it that way, but it is a lot like humping on top of a big lasagna.
That is tight.
It is like that. It is like that.
You're like a little Ralph S. Mouse just boning on a lasagna.
If you prematurely ejaculate, I'll just stop right there. Never happened. Never will. But if someone were to, you can just say your milk bed has a leak.
Very good.
Wow, that's a good out. That's a good out. But then, see, here's the thing. You don't want to start a lie like that, because then she's hunting around, rooting for the milk bed leak. Mm-hmm. She's going, hey, can I help with this? Let me help stop your milk bed leak.
Right.
And you're just sitting there hoping it's over.
Yeah.
And that's a shame. So don't do that. Don't start a lie like that. Don't mess with the integrity of a milk bed. It's a sacred place.
Truer words, I tell you.
Okay, then we got, I think the curdling would provide a nice support with still some give. That is very true. That is apparently quite true. More that after vigorous lovemaking, the milk bed would become a butter bed.
Oh.
Wow, think about
churning.
that. You're churning that bad boy.
Oh,
you're churning it.
If this bed's a churning, I'm making butter.
We're making a butter bed up here.
Don't come a burning.
Yeah.
This bed's a churning.
If this bed's a churning.
Don't come a turning.
I do like. Okay, I do. We're halfway to something here with real like just. Oh, baby, you're turning this milk bed into a butter bed.
Oh, baby,
isn't that sexy?
Butter.
Isn't that a sexy thing to think about and say? Baby, we're making butter here on this milk bed.
Oh, yeah. We got ourselves an Amish breakfast.
Churning away. got ourselves an Amish breakfast up here. We're making an Amish omelet up here on my milk bed.
Damn, I should have said my prayers before this. I didn't know we was having an Amish breakfast.
I thought milk was good for your bones, says John. It's probably good for your bones. It's not good for your whatever. I think I have croutons for a what's that back part called? Vertebra. I think I have croutons back there.
That's true. You're gonna scratch that waterbed.
And milk is not good for croutons. All right, Delia says, bad for sleep, bad for sex. Smells like possum piss, 8 out of 10. Good point.
Yeah.
Toot. You said it. All right, milk beds are a Canadian thing, right? They're coming south. They're creeping south. But yeah, everybody up there's got a milk bed. Everybody up in Canada's got one of them milk beds.
Yeah, lots of things started out Canadian, and then, like maple syrup. That was just a Canadian thing.
Mm-hmm. Bill Murray.
Bill Murray was
just a Canadian thing.
Justin Bieber was a Canadian thing.
Oh, yeah, he was. Lord, how he was.
Mooses.
Mm-hmm.
No, this place is lousy with mooses.
Apologizing for stuff. That was a Canadian thing for a while. Now everybody's got to do it.
I tell you what. They used to say that only Canadians were sorry.
Yeah.
But your back is sorry.
My back is sorry.
Toot toot.
Toot toot. Man, we're about to the end of our show.
And your computer's about to die.
And you know what? I never plugged in the power strip that I plugged my computer into.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we made it to the end here. We made it to the end.
Oh, I've had a rockin' good time.
You know what? Let's get a toot toot from everybody in the chat who's had a good time tonight. I've had a great time.
Well, you know what?
Mr. Possum here's had a great time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody joining us in the chat.
I like all this talk because we make a good time together.
We do. We do. Toot toot, we love y'all. Hope y'all have a good week. We don't have anything coming up, I don't believe. We don't have any live shows or anything coming up.
Thank God.
Yeah. I think we're just chilling out. I think we're just going to be chilling out. We're going to relax into our weekly schedule here on Twitch. We're having a great time here on Twitch. Once again, I do not know how any of this site works.
But get yourself some bits, I guess.
Go ahead and get some bits, and if you want to sprinkle those bits on our stream somehow, I do not know how that works. This episode will still be streaming for the next few days for some reason. We're going to put it up on YouTube, though, and all of our back episodes. This is our 24th episode, so we have 20-something episodes. 23 episodes. We have a backlog of episodes on YouTube that you can watch in full. And then we're every Wednesday night from 10 to 12. I'm very sorry to whoever tried to call in twice and did not get through the Google voicemail puzzle, whatever that is. But appreciate you trying to call, and hopefully we'll catch you next time.
Yes, sir. Toot toot.
Toot toot. I think that's it for us. We are Big Howell and Possum. I'm Big Howell Doughty. You can find me on Twitter at Howell Doughty. You can find me on Facebook at Howell Doughty. You can find me on Instagram at Howell Doughty. You can find a lot of my videos on YouTube under Howell Doughty, HOWELLDAWDY. My partner in grime here is Mr. Possum.
I'm on Facebook.
He's on
possum.
Facebook.
If you type in the possum, you'll get some weird old human man. I don't know why. Just find me. There's not that many possums on Facebook. Just try it. Also, you can find me in your nightmares and under your bed and maybe in your garbage can if you don't lock it.
Most likely in your garbage can of all those things.
Toot toot!
Toot toot, everybody! Big Howell and Possum.
Toot toot!